We're back again for another podcast. We've got Tom Mendola. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing well, Nathan. I hope you are too.
I'm good, yeah. And we send our apologies for Spencer not being here for the second week in a row. Never mind. Right, we'll get straight on with it. What has happened to the American heavyweights? Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me. Yeah. Oh my God, this fucking podcast is fucking shitty thing. The fuck is going on here? Hello, welcome back, Tom. Can you hear me? If you can't hear me, oh my God. Give me 1 second. I've got to sort these headphones. Give me 1 second. Can you, these crappy headphones, I'm just going to get rid of them because. Can you hear me now? You can. I can't hear you. Let me turn my Bluetooth.
Hello, hello.
Hello, I can hear you now. Yeah, bloody thing.
Good.
Right. What has happened to the American heavyweights?
You know, they just got beaten up. I mean, we have Richard Torres on the rise, but I don't think he's going to make it to a championship. He's kind of small for the super heavyweights. And who do we have right now? I mean, we don't really have, a dyed-in-the-wool guy, homegrown heavyweight. Deontay Wilder was the last one who was dominant. So I don't know. We have I think a Cuban in the United States that's doing pretty well, but Ruiz dropped out. He's nowhere to be found. So
from reading this article, Michael Hunter's is the highest rated one in all the rankings. So, and then next on the list you've got Jared Anderson. You've got this stupid thing.
Well, Jared Anderson needs some work. He was pushed along.
Jared Anderson.
He was pushed too fast.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
No, you can't.
No, okay. I hear you fine. Crappy. I'm good.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to Box Direct to look at all the heavyweights in America now.
Okay.
The article's bringing up some sort of a stupid advertise. These Box Direct people. They're dumb as fuck, I swear. Ratings, heavyweight. USA.
Well, let's not waste too much time on it. I mean, if we're looking at it objectively, I mean, the American heavyweights right now
are
the
top 10.
Okay, go rip it off.
I'll just tell you the top 10. They'll go. Michael Hunter, Richard Torres Jr., Jared Anderson, Wilder, Shaw, Deontay Stone, Charles Martin, Kingsley Ibeh, Jerry Forrest, Brandon Moore. Half of these guys are like in their mid-20s, or they're nearly 40, or they're not very good. There's no in between.
I'm surprised Andy Ruiz. Don't you find it weird that Andy Ruiz isn't in that group?
Because he's not come back yet. He's been inactive for about a year now, so he's got no ranking.
Andy Ruiz could beat all of them if he was in shape.
Oh yeah, we know he would. He's just. But doesn't that show you how lack of talent they've got in the States now?
Yeah, that's true. It isn't drawing as many athletes as it used to because, bigger guys are going into football or baseball, rather than boxing, basketball. Why get hit as much?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but in America, boxing is a dying sport. It really isn't. Dyer
Well, I don't think you're right because
at the
amongst,
heavyweight. In the
well,
heavyweight.
at the heavyweights, yeah,
They're
but
not
amongst
the
that,
lowest.
it's not a dying sport amongst Hispanics and African Americans and even Caucasians. You know, it depends. MMA has taken a lot of people. It's true, but
MMA
it's
to me is I look at MMA as a short-term fix where everybody will end up coming back to boxing. They always do, right?
to some degree, yeah. I mean, but it also has that YouTube crowd too now.
So that's
So
not boxing. Me and you know that that's not real boxing. It's boxing, but it's not real boxing, is it? Apart from Jake Paul, he's the exception to that rule.
well, even he doesn't fight, ranked fighters. So, but he
No, but
draws
he does
money.
fight. At least but he's
He may-
beaten a former world champion. How many YouTubers have done that? None. He's the only one.
Yeah, but Tommy Fury beat him.
You know, he's the only.
You know?
He's the only YouTuber taking boxing kind of semi-seriously, right? That I can see.
That's true.
We'll leave that there then. The next thing is Inoue against Akhmedliov for the undisputed title is going to be on Top Ranked Facebook channel in the US and the UK. That's disgusting, isn't it?
On Facebook? Yeah, I think didn't his contract run out with ESPN?
Yeah. But it just tells you the lack of, they got no respect. How could, this is an undisputed fight. You've got to respect this. If you're a real boxer fan, you'll support this fight.
Oh yeah, it's a new way. Yeah, for sure. And that opponent's a good opponent too.
But for this to not be on America and the UK or States, I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. But they're looking for a venue. They're looking for someone to they're looking for a network, and now, that changes Bob Arum's whole game if he doesn't have Top Rank on ESPN Plus anymore. So he's got to figure that out. And, a lot of his fighters got bought away from him because he wasn't paying them what they wanted. Shakur Stevenson is an example of that. I mean, look what he did with Floyd Mayweather. He lost Floyd because of the same reason. He wouldn't pay him enough.
You can't do that to fighters. You've got to pay them what they're worth. This is a problem in boxing. It's always been the problem, hasn't it? The purses.
Yes, it has. A lot of ripoffs. A lot of ripoffs in boxing. But now boxers are getting smarter. I think Floyd set a good example on how to handle business.
Yeah.
And some other fighters have done the same. Even Garcia, has done very well with investments and whatnot, and who he pays and who he doesn't pay. So has Bud Crawford. So has Canelo.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be smart in this game. You have to know where your money is going and know what you're signing.
Exactly. That's what I've always thought myself. Anyway, I'm going to pick Inoue to win quite comfortably.
It's not going to be an easy fight. The guy's tough. He may have problems with this guy, but I think he should win by a KO.
Yeah, he should do.
But the guy is tough. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah. In our next subject, let me go to. This is for the IBF welterweight title. It's vacant. The first fight these two had, Paddy Donovan and Lewis Crocker. Lewis Crocker is from Northern Ireland. Paddy Donovan is from Republic of Ireland. So
I know these guys. I know them. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously the British fighter being Lewis Crocker, Northern Irish, I'm going to be supporting Lewis Crocker.
Right. I think he will win it for sure.
He should do. I mean, Paddy Donovan is a good fighter,
Tough, good fighter. Yeah. But I think Crocker has the edge on him.
It's very close, to call. So I'd say I'm going to pick Lewis to win. It's amazing that this is for the welterweight title, and obviously because Boots Ennis relinquished the title, obviously.
Right. Well, it wasn't profitable for him. Nobody wanted to fight him.
he was looking for unifications, not title defenses. He wanted to fight a unification against Norman, who's a very good fighter. You know, that welterweight division is starting to hot up a little bit now.
It is, and
Especially
Boots.
with Shackle Stevenson. No, Shackle Stevenson's moved up to. Oh, I'm getting confused now. Shackle Stevenson. So
Shakur
yeah,
Stevenson?
he's gone up a weight, hasn't he? A different weight, I believe.
I think didn't he come up to 135 or 140?
No, he's fighting in his next fight. He's fighting that Norman guy.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's going to be a test for both of them. They're two different styles, but Norman is no joke. Norman is no joke.
In my mind, he's the next star of the welterweight division once Ennis goes up. I reckon he'll take over the division myself. That's, you get these fighters that come along once every 5 to 10 years where, they do a Tim Bradley and they go on and do good things,
Yeah, they dominate.
Yeah. And they're the fighters you don't expect. A bit like a Bernard Hopkins. You never saw it coming.
Yeah,
Right,
well, Bernard was known for, as he came up, when he was in his 16th, 17th fight, he was respected by that point.
And don't forget the near decade stay in prison, Angola prison. Right. Let's move on. Tyson Fury's reluctance to the public pressure from Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn. I believe this is a dead fight, personally,
Tyson has nothing left to prove. I mean, he loves to train. He'd be better off training guys and all that stuff, rather than getting back in the ring. Because
Fury's too good for him. Joshua has nothing left. I don't think he's got a lot left in the tank, to be absolutely honest.
Well, they should put him in with somebody that's not going to, without a big punch, and see how he does.
Yeah.
Or just rematch him with
Charles Martin or someone like that. Yeah.
No. If he wants to make money, they could do a Dubois rematch. And if he beats Dubois, then he's right back at the top.
Yeah. Crazy. Right. So for me, I think this fight is it's dead in the water. It's a fight we wanted 7 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Both guys have lost multiple times, and the value's not. I still think there's a value there. It's a multi-million-dollar fight. It's just it's not for a belt. If it's for a belt, I think it would mean a bit more.
Fury puts butts in the seat. So if he's going to fight, yes. But the two of them together can make money if they want to make money. If they don't, I don't think Tyson Fury needs the money anymore.
No.
I mean, after the two Usyk fights, he made a ton of money. So he doesn't
realize that the Joshua, business-wise, the Joshua Fury fight would make more money than when Usyk fought Dubois the second time.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, right now, Dubois has been exposed very badly this time, dealing with the movement and the boxing IQ of Usyk. So there's money to be made for those guys if they fight each other, but how much, if they want to do it, is up to them. I don't know what the Sheik would even put up for it. I don't think he's interested. He's only interested in seeing the great fights. He's seen two great fights with Fury and paid for them dearly.
If this Sheik guy knows anything about boxing, he knows that fights like this will make money. And if he doesn't, he's a fool.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he knows that, but how much demand? I mean, Usyk and Fury and Joshua, I think, have had their day. Usyk can ride off into the sunset now. They all can, really. They all can ride off into the sunset.
It's a strange one, isn't it? All right. And the next thing I want to talk about, it's been confirmed that Mayweather and Mike Tyson will be fighting an exhibition.
Oh, that just makes me nauseous.
And then to make things even worse, we've got Gervonta Davis supposedly against Jake Paul, which is fucking ridiculous.
What is going on? I
But
mean,
apparently, I did read that an article, the commission might try and ban it. It might not go ahead.
ban who? Gervonta Davis?
Yeah, with Davis and Jake Paul. No commission should allow that, even as an exhibition. He's too big. Jake Paul would kill him, wouldn't it? Literally. Makes no sense. Let me see what the article says here. Give me 1 second to check. What was that article? Yeah, so Gervonta Davis could retire after Jake Paul fight.
No, but he won't.
No.
I mean, he got shook up by Peterson really badly.
He's been exposed a little bit now, hasn't he, Gervonta Davis, really?
Well, with Peterson, yeah.
Definitely. We
And
know that Davis, yeah. But we know, carry on.
I think he would lose in the rematch. That's why he's going for this.
Yeah. But also, I think Gervonta Davis has been exposed to the point now. We know that Mayweather was picking his fights, right?
Well, yeah, he's going to make a little money. See, Davis, where is he going to go? He's going to fight Shakur. Shakur is growing out of his weight division. He can't go up to 140, 147, Gervonta. He's kind of stuck down there where he is right now.
I mean, he's fighting at 135, isn't he, at the minute? But normally he's, have I got that wrong? Let me have a look where he's ranked. I forget which division he's in. I know it was 135, wasn't it? Let me have a quick look. So in his last fight. Yeah, at 135 he's been fighting. So for me, you can tell who picks his matches. They were trying to do with Gervonta Davis what they did with Mayweather, weren't they? Tried to steer us because the same people are not interested in him like they were in Mayweather, are they? He's just not that big a star, I don't think, even though he's got talent.
Yeah. It's like bands, one band has a hit record and then they think, okay, this is good. And then the next album is bad. And then they're going, okay, well, what are we going to do for a third album here? What do these guys plan on doing now that they're kind of in a position where they're only going to fight for the money and they don't want to, no longer, fight contenders or fight super fights. So I think it's a very bad move for Gervonta Davis to do this. I think, with Jake Paul, I mean, he's so much bigger and so much heavier. He could just lean on him and hug him and stay away from him, keeping away with the it just doesn't make sense,
And Jake Paul would knock him out anyway.
He could. I mean, even Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson's a joke. Mike Tyson can't move around anymore. He just can't move. His knee is shot. He can't do anything, with Floyd. Floyd will just dance around him, tattoo him on the head. It's just a stupid thing. I don't know why anybody wants to see this nonsense.
To me, it's like a guy on here who's friends with me called True School Sports, a young YouTuber called Brandon. He's a very up and coming guy in the boxing media. He was saying that the Mayweather Fury is a exhibition show, isn't a boxing match. It's an event. The same way Crawford and Canelo, it's an event, isn't it? It's all events now. Real boxing fans will not watch that much, should not watch that Mike Tyson fight.
No, it's just stupid, and I hope it all backfires and these things stop.
It's not going to stop until someone gets killed in the ring. That's what it's going to take, I believe. Right, moving on. Parker, it's been, so what we said about Parker and Wardley last week was correct. It's been confirmed.
Good. Well, it's a good fight, but it's a crossroads fight for both of them because Parker, if he loses, he's out of a crack at the title.
He
And
shouldn't
you know,
even
he has
lose
everything to lose.
There's no
But
way.
I'm saying he has everything to, but let me
Yeah.
finish. He has everything to lose and nothing to gain from this fight.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
Wardley has a lot to go. But for me, this fight never made sense. I don't think it makes financial sense. I don't think it makes sense at all. Because Parker's about to be announced as the full world title champion within the next couple of months, once Usyk vacates. And Wardley will have a clear shot at Kubrat Pulev. He's next in line for that. But he's chased the money in a fight that doesn't make sense when he could have won a belt. To me, that doesn't make sense to me. Or maybe he knows he's not going to beat Pulev, so they're going to cash out on him.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. I think it's just it'll be an interesting fight. It's not like either of these guys are going to get pushed over. I give Parker the edge, and Wardley has a puncher's.
Parker's a level above this guy. It's so obvious from watching his last fight against Huni. Fabio Wardley's got no defense. He walks into everything. He's got a bit of style, but he's got experience, but not at world level. Not really. You know, fringe world level. If that, and that's been nice. The reason I say that the guy's only had 16 fights, right? I know he's 32 or 31 or whatever. To me, it just doesn't make sense. He's in the wrong fight at the wrong place, wrong time. If this was a year down the road, once he'd beaten Pulev or, you know, at least fought a better, I would have said, yeah, it's a great fight.
Yeah.
It's a big gamble for Parker. If Parker loses, his career is effectively over. If Wardley wins, he goes to be a superstar. If Wardley loses, and he looks good in losing, he's still got a way back, right? He's still got a way back, but there's no way back for Joseph Parker. There's always a way back for Wardley.
That's true. At this point, it's true. So we'll see. I'm going with Parker, and I hope he does win. I think he deserves another shot at the title.
Yeah, he'll win. I reckon he'll end this fight in about 4 or 5 rounds. I don't think Wardley's that good. You know, to me, he really isn't that good.
Well, it's the classic puncher versus the boxer, you know, boxer-puncher.
But once Parker works him out, the fact that this guy has no defense, he'll start picking him apart. Any world-rated fighter who's worth their weight in gold should destroy someone like Wardley. You know, and I literally mean that.
Yeah. Parker has the IQ to beat him.
Yeah. Moving on to the next thing, Lucas Brown has come out of retirement and he's fighting the BKFC.
Bare knuckle?
Yeah.
Well, he can make money doing that. I mean, that's the only thing he knows how to do. The
problem is he beat this guy who obviously wasn't a boxer. Bare knuckle boxing is so much more dangerous than boxing, isn't it? You know, I believe.
Not really.
Is it not?
No, because you can't punch as hard because you break your hands. You have no hand wrap. You have no glove. So, you know, you get more broken noses but you can't punch as hard, so you get less head trauma.
Right. So Joseph Parker, obviously if you're a boxer, you have the advantage over bare knuckle fighters, don't you? A clear advantage in some ways. Yes and no.
Yeah, much better. I mean, if you look at the former 154 champion, the Southpaw who fought Canelo, and it was close.
And he's become world champion, didn't he?
Yeah, I forgot his name. He was an excellent fighter, Southpaw. He's like cleaning up in there, and there's another guy in there too.
I know who he is. He's a black guy he dyes his hair blonde, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember him dyeing his hair, but it's true. But he fought Canelo, and Canelo took a belt from him. But it was a very competitive fight.
I know who it is. Let me quickly look it up very quickly.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But it was, you know, he he's in line to be fighting the world BKFC champion. I don't know who he is.
Of course, because he's a former champion, and Lucas Brown's a tough dude, and he doesn't know anything else but fighting. And this is very logical, and he could extend his career for a while and make money. That's what he's doing. What else is this guy going to do?
God knows.
Brain surgery? He has no other skills.
Have you seen the purses? Have you seen the fight purses are terrible? For the entry level fighters, it's between $2,000 to $9,000. The mid range fighters get about 25 to 30 grand, and then the top level fighters get 100 grand, about 80 grand. I'm looking at those purses. I think that's disgusting. There's no real. I don't think there's a big market for bare knuckle. I know that. What's his name? Who's the Irish guy that fights in the UFC? Conor McGregor has a part in it. He owns a percentage of the business.
It became more and more famous, after Tyson Fury was champion, and there was a lot of press on bare knuckle and what his roots and all of that stuff. So it's added to the, people wanted to see it. So it's catching on. But, God bless him. I hope he makes some more money, and maybe he'll win the title and hold it for a while and make some more money and be in the limelight, because I don't think there's anything else he can do. So
he's not too bright.
Yeah. He's been knocked out a few times. I don't know how much brain he has left, but this is actually, if he wants to.
There wasn't a lot there to start with.
Yeah, well, there isn't. He seemed pretty clear when I saw him when he got knocked out against Big Baby. He was pretty clear-minded after that.
Yeah.
But the point is that he could continue doing what he wants, and he'll make money because he has nothing else to do. So hopefully he can do it for a while and not get too hurt. What's next up? Is it Canelo?
Yeah.
Well, I think we laid it down that Canelo's going to win, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I picked Canelo is not because I dislike Crawford, just the opposite. The way Crawford fights, it's the styles. He'll stand in front of you. He doesn't run. He doesn't go down a bicycle too much. He'll sit in the pocket and then counterpunch. So he has speed, but there is reason for a weight class, and he's putting on all that muscle. And I don't see him stopping Canelo, maybe cutting him, but I don't see a knockout coming from him on Canelo. I see Canelo, if he gets close enough, he'll whack him pretty good. So if he does win, Crawford's going to have to move a lot and avoid a lot of Canelo's traps and power, if he's going to do that, because Canelo can modulate his power with his speed.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, they're both great. I just think between the weight and the styles, Canelo's going to beat him.
Yeah, it was Austin Trout.
Yes, correct.
So
Austin Trout.
He made 3 defense. He's won 2 defenses of the title. So good for him.
Yeah, he's very good. I saw his fights. He knows how to move, and he knows how to counterpunch.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Canelo by late stoppage. I don't give Crawford much chance of winning it.
I don't think it'll be a stoppage. I think it'll be kind of like with Jamal. When he beat him, the guy got defensive, and he stayed out of the pocket and survived.
Yeah.
I think Crawford's too proud to just bounce around. He's going to go down on his shield if he has to.
Oh, definitely.
He's going to be smart, as smart as he can be. But if he gets trapped, he's going to fight back.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, it'll be hopefully a great fight. Should be.
I mean, I don't know where Canelo goes after that, really, other than possible retirement. I don't think there's much more he can really do in the sport, really.
Well, the biggest fight for him is Benavidez, or Boots Simmons.
He's never going to take that fight, is he? He'll never take that fight. He won't get in there with Benavidez. He knows what Benavidez brings.
And he also lays it down. He knows he lays it down for for the Prince. And it's like Canelo's actually calling the shots. He's got 150 million for this fight.
Who, Canelo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Crawford's getting 50 and Canelo's getting 150.
that's crazy, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I'm glad they're making that money. They could both retire very comfortably.
I wish, because Crawford, I mean, he's not a young man in boxing, is he? At all, by any stretch. He's 36,
Well,
37.
neither of them are, they should both consider, they both still have their faculties. They're both healthy. They have beautiful families. It'd be a good thing if they both retired after this.
When I
fight.
look at Crawford, I don't want him to do what Roy Jones did, go on for longer than what he had to. So if he loses this and he takes a beating, he should take the money and probably walk away, or if not, stay at 154. Have a few more fights there, then walk away. But I reckon if he loses this, a few more defeats will follow. And then his legacy will be,
Crawford's a realist.
Even if he never took this fight, I would have said retire, wouldn't you, really? I mean, with the money he's going to make for this fight, he don't need to box anymore. Why put yourself through it when you don't have to? It don't make sense.
Exactly.
And you look at all the great champions like James Toney. Where are these guys now? They've got no money. Well, Roy Jones has still got money, but James Toney can't talk properly. Riddick Bowe's got no money. He can't talk properly. It's sad. When
with this kind, right?
This kind
with this kind of a gate, they should be able to retire fine. And Canelo's a celebrity. He'll be fine. He'll make money.
Yeah. But I like the way this generation of fighters, Gen X or whatever it is, or millennials, that generation of fighters has learned to handle their money better than your generation or the generation before that, or even my generation,
Yeah, right.
So, obviously, boxing's a business, we know that. But it's like I said about the Fabio Wardley fight against Parker, to me, that makes no sense. No business, it doesn't make sense at all.
Does not make sense. Who said anything about sense? They got to make dollars.
I get that, but I would have thought Parker would have taken an easier fight than this.
You also have to. You're not considering one thing, and that is Parker is getting older and he's staying active and making money. And he's doing the smart thing, because if he can't get a title shot, stay active, make money.
Yeah,
and
I
then
understand
eventually
he has to be active, right? But sometimes it's better to be active, taking easier fights than this.
Who is he going to fight? He's an ex-world champion. Who is he going to fight?
There's plenty of guys out there who would take that money, and I'm talking about guys who would lower down.
What promoter is going to pay for him to fight some guy, some nobody? Nobody. No, he's a name, right?
We know he's a name, but not all names have to fight names all the time. He could have fought Joe Joyce in a rematch. I know that would be a pointless fight, but it would have been active. So for me, the fact that he's staying active is good. And the fact Wardley didn't need this fight, for me, it makes no sense on his side. The money's big. It'll be his highest ever purse. I just think that he should have had an easier fight against someone like a Dave Allen level, then gone and fight Pulev for the world title. Then once he beats Pulev, he'll be in a position to make that big money.
Well, that's a very good decision, and you should be his manager. You know what I mean? But that's not what's happening here, so we got to roll with it.
I'm just, you understand where I'm coming from with this?
I do understand that. I've understood it that both times we talked about it. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. This is not a good fight for either one of them.
Imagine if Floyd Mayweather had a unification coming up in a year's time against Canelo, and he chooses someone like Terence Crawford. You think, what the hell is he doing? Seriously.
That's right. That's right.
Could you have imagined the Mayweather Canelo rematch? How much bigger it would have been?
Could you imagine a rematch with Pacquiao? How big it could be?
Oh yeah, but could you imagine if Mayweather had fought Crawford? I mean, that fight could have happened. 8 years ago, if Mayweather had fought Crawford. Do you know the reason why they didn't fight? Was Crawford too much of a threat for him? Do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say what's in Floyd's head. Look, Floyd fought a lot of champions and beat them.
Oh, he did, yeah.
A lot. So he was very strategic at the end of his career on who he fought. And, I mean, everyone, well, he didn't fight this, he didn't fight that. You know what? You can't fight everybody. You have to retire at some point.
Yeah.
Rocky Marciano retired. His back was hurting. He was in war after war after war after war, and he decided I had enough.
But even at
I'm not going to
48
fight.
years old, Mayweather could come back and beat Marius Barrios quite comfortably, I believe. Seriously, he could.
That's up to him, but he's actually enjoying his senses at this point. But anyway, I'm going to have to get off soon. What else do we have?
We have nothing else. We're done. We'll be back next week.
This was great. Let's do it again, okay?
All right, we'll be back next week. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.